You're not lazy, you're just at war with your own brain. That little voice telling you, let's do it tomorrow, isn't harmless. It's a slick little hustler whispering sweet nothings while stealing years from you. And the worst part? You know it. You feel it. That quiet dread when the day ends and you've done absolutely nothing meaningful. That's not just being tired, that's procrastination grabbing you by the neck again. Welcome to the C.O.D.E, where our mission is to build a billion-dollar network. Now here's the kicker. You're not alone. This isn't some motivational guru fantasy. This is about the ugly, everyday truth people like us live through. Bills stacking up, kids screaming, dreams put on hold because our minds are straight up sabotaging us. Quietly, daily, brutally. So, let's fix that. No fancy language, no fluff. Just raw, uncomfortable truth you need to hear. And when you're done, you'll either start changing your life or you'll know exactly why you didn't. Your life is a junk drawer. Stop digging blindfolded. Tasks are shoved in with no labels. Fix the faucet, send that email, maybe go to therapy, and every time you open the drawer, you just close it back up. It's too much. This is where most people tap out. Why? Because if everything feels important, then nothing gets done. You sit there staring at your to-do list like it's written in ancient Greek. And the worst part? You scroll Instagram as if that's gonna help. Here's what works. Prioritize like your peace depends on it. Because it does. Michael Scott, that man would plan a luau during a bankruptcy. That's your brain without prioritization. Chaotic, ridiculous, and embarrassing. Now Dwight Schrute, that psycho understood war. One mission, one target. That's the energy you need. You're not gonna save the world in one day. Save your damn sanity first. When your brain sees a list of 12 things, it stalls. When it sees one, it moves. Start your day with 3 tasks max. Label one critical. Do that first, even if it sucks. Trigger. If you die tonight, you'll have spent your last day reorganizing apps and scrolling Pinterest for meal prep inspo. Think about that. Stop trying to eat the whole damn elephant. You ever sit down to do a big task and feel like you just got hit by a truck full of anxiety? Yeah, that's your brain looking at one giant blob and thinking, nope, that feeling isn't laziness, it's overwhelm. And it's psychological quicksand. You don't eat an elephant in one bite, you eat it one messy chunk at a time. Jim Halpert, he didn't move Dwight's desk 20 feet in one day. He moved it an inch at a time, day by day. That's how goals work. Break it down until it's insultingly easy. Write 2 sentences, not a novel. Send 1 email, not 50. Make 1 phone call, not network. Every tiny task completed drops dopamine in your brain. That ping is addictive. So start small. Celebrate the little wins. They add up. Here's a trick. Set a timer for 25 minutes. Work on one task. When the timer goes off, take a 5-minute break. This is called the Pomodoro technique. It's a game changer. During your break stretch, grab a coffee or just breathe. Then set the timer again. You'll be amazed at how much you can get done in short, focused bursts. Remember, it's not about working harder, it's about working smarter. Somebody needs to judge you, or you'll stay trash. Let's be real. You ever clean your house like your ex is coming over? Exactly. Accountability changes everything. But it's not just about external judgment. Self-accountability is crucial too. Writing down your goals, sharing them with friends, or even meditating on your intentions can make a huge difference. When you hold yourself accountable, you set the stage for real change. So whether it's through a journal, a workout routine, or a simple to-do list, find your method and stick to it. Remember, the only person who can truly hold you accountable is yourself. And don't forget to review your progress regularly. Consistency is key. Tell someone your goals. Post it. Message it. Whisper it into the abyss. It doesn't matter. Just know that someone else knows. If no one's watching you, you'll keep lying to yourself. Alone, you'll stay mediocre. In public, you'll move. Kevin Malone, man's a walking regret. Every sentence out his mouth sounds like he's punishing himself for not being smarter. But guess what? You are not your past failures. Forgive. Strategically. Not to feel better. To move better. Write down one thing you screwed up last week. Write the lesson. Then burn the paper. That's not therapy. It's survival. You're not stuck because you suck. You're stuck because you're haunted. Free your brain and get back in the game. Your couch is a trap and you're falling for it. You ever notice how your productive day turns into a nap on the couch with snacks you didn't even remember buying? That's your environment owning you. Your brain adapts to its surroundings. That comfy blanket, that dim light, that's code for time to rot. Dwight builds his office like a bunker. That's why he's locked in 24/7. Michael's got a lava lamp and clown posters. Guess who gets more done? Change one thing in your space. Move your desk. Add a bright-ass light. Put a mirror in front of your workspace so you're forced to look at yourself while you scroll. Pain is a motivator. Trigger. You can't build an empire on a bed with crumbs in it. Fix your battlefield or die in it. Perfection is just procrastination in a fancy outfit. You ever tell yourself, I'll do it when it's perfect? That's procrastination lying to you with a silk voice. The perfect time doesn't exist. You know it, I know it. But your brain doesn't care. It just wants to avoid discomfort. Michael once spent an entire episode trying to pick a birthday theme. Nothing got done. Why? Because making the best choice is often just a way to avoid making any choice. You don't need the best. You need done. Give yourself 30 minutes to do something badly, not well, just bad. That's how you start moving. You can fix later. Trigger. You'll die with a list of things you meant to start. Don't let perfection bury your progress. You know what the real problem is. Most of y'all talk a mean-ass game about changing your life, but you ain't doing a damn thing. You're a genius in your head and a bum in your actual life. You ever sit on the couch, watch 5 hours of YouTube about productivity, and still not send one email? That's just mental stimulation with no real fulfillment. These aren't ideas. These are weapons. We're not here to feel better. We're here to move. And if you don't finish this all the way through, that's your first L today. So, let's subscribe and start with a win. You don't need more information. You need a ritual. You know too much already. That's your whole issue. You've read every quote on Instagram. You know what grind mode means. You could write a book on discipline and still haven't done your laundry in 2 weeks. Knowing isn't doing. Success doesn't come from thinking. It comes from ritual. You want to get serious? You start treating your first action of the day like a damn ceremony. Like it matters. Because it does. You know who talks all day but never moves? People like Andy. Loud. Motivated. Soft as hell when it's time to take a step. Don't be that dude. If you keep planning but never starting, you're just a more organized failure. Start your day with the same action every time. Stretch, cold shower, scream into the void. I don't care. Make it a switch. Your brain needs a signal that says, enough talk. Let's go to war. Trigger. If you don't start the day on purpose, you're already losing to someone who does. Let that piss you off. Your brain is lazy. You gotta trick it. You ever notice how one small thing can flip your whole mindset? Like you hear a certain song and suddenly feel like you're the main character in a movie? That's because your brain loves patterns. It just needs a cue. That's the secret. Triggers. Not goals, not dreams. Triggers. Set small, actionable triggers to guide your brain, like putting on your running shoes to start your workout, or opening a book to kickstart your reading habit. Create these cues and watch your productivity soar. Pick one physical move, sound, or phrase. Use it every single time before you start work. That cue becomes a mental cheat code. Trigger. If you're waiting to feel ready, you already lost. Trigger is greater than feel. Later is just a lie with lip gloss on. Let me put this plain, I'll do it later is how people end up broke, bitter, and full of regret. Time doesn't give a shit about your feelings. Every second you waste, someone else is taking it. Life's not a video game. You don't get extra lives. You get bills, back pain, missed opportunities. Stanley don't move till it's almost quitting time, but when it's 4:58, that man becomes Usain Bolt. Why? Because urgency forces action. You gotta bring that energy to your whole damn life. There is no later. Later is just code for never. When you think I'll do it later, stop and visualize what your life looks like if you keep saying that for 10 years. Feel that anxiety? That's the truth knocking. Trigger. You are not guaranteed next week. Hell, you might not even get next Tuesday. Do it now or bury it forever. You're not afraid of doing it. You're afraid of feeling something. People don't procrastinate because the task is hard. They procrastinate because the emotion tied to it is uncomfortable. You don't want to write that email? Not because typing's hard. Because you're scared of rejection, scared of failing, scared of looking stupid. Flip it. Instead of fearing the task, start fearing what happens if you don't do it. Imagine staying in the same apartment with that crusty microwave for the next 20 years. Imagine explaining to your kid why y'all still can't take a vacation. That's the real fear. Dwight doesn't fear competition. He uses it. When his job's on the line, he becomes a damn killer. Use your fear the same way. Think about your worst case future if you keep avoiding this. Make it vivid, make it disgusting, then use it like fuel. You should be more afraid of staying the same than of screwing up. Let fear be your engine, not your excuse. You're not a procrastinator, you're just lying about who you are. Here's the truth, you don't get what you want, you get what you believe you are. You think of yourself as someone who tries, who wants to be better. That's the problem. That identity is weak. The brain will always act like whoever it thinks it's dealing with. So you gotta start acting like the version of you that's already where you wanna be. You don't need motivation. You need a new identity. You ever watch Jim go from slacker to business owner? That didn't happen by accident. He decided he wasn't just the funny guy, and his actions followed. Every time you do something productive, say out loud, I'm a doer, not I did something. No, I am the kind of person who gets shit done. Say it until it's not weird anymore. Trigger, your actions follow your identity. Upgrade how you see yourself or stay exactly where you are. You can't do this alone, and you're dumb if you try. Isolation is a breeding ground for laziness. The couch will always win if you're the only one in the room. You ever notice how much harder people work when other people are watching? That's because the group energy makes you raise your standards. You start mimicking what you see. If you hang around doers, you'll feel lazy when you're not moving. That's a good thing. In the office, when bonuses were on the line, everybody started acting brand new. That wasn't a miracle. That was environmental pressure working like it's supposed to. Get around someone who intimidates you with their hustle. Let that shame push you. Let their habits infect you. Trigger. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Look around. If they suck, so do you. The final truth. You don't need more time. You need to stop bullshitting. You've been tricked. Not by the world, not by your job, not by your childhood. You've been tricked by your own brain. Procrastination isn't lazy, it's strategic sabotage, a quiet, comfortable killer that uses your fears, your habits, and your excuses against you. It lets you believe you've got time, that you're getting ready, that the perfect moment is around the corner. It's lying, and you've been letting it win. Now you've got 12 brutal, psychological tactics to punch that voice in the mouth. Not one of them is complex, but none of them work if you don't act. So stop reading, stop planning, stop overthinking. Pick one, anyone, and move, because you're not in a battle with time, you're in a war with your own reflection, and you've been losing long enough. Quick reminders before you walk away, and do nothing again. Rituals beat motivation, triggers beat emotion. Fear of staying the same beats fear of failure. Action creates identity. Community amplifies movement. Now beats everything. And that is how we make it together. That's not a slogan. That's the foundation of legacy. That's how $1 billion network is born, brick by brick through execution, not intention. So don't just watch, build, subscribe, and let's get to it. My subscribers are your subscribers. My network is your network. My community is your community. Thank you. And as always, entrepreneurs, support entrepreneurs, peace. Now go do some shit worth being remembered for.